quantum leaping is this idea that you can be in one reality and then leap to another reality. Now, there's many different versions of yourself. There's many different realities. There's many different parallel versions that you can experience on this earth. And when you shift, you not only change yourself, but you quite literally shift the reality that you are on. So there's many different earths is what I'm trying to say. Many different earths. And when you are quantum leaping, it's this idea that you are shifting. Okay, you are really shifting, but you're shifting so drastically that you are causing what seems to be this leap effect. You're shifting so much into a different version of yourself that it's creating this leap type of effect that shows that you are definitely not in your old reality and that you are very different now. Okay, everything in your 3D is very different than how it was previously. The first thing that I wanted to say before we get started is that I don't personally subscribe to quantum leaping. I think it's because the people that I learn from and the teachers that I've subscribed to, one of them being Bashar, is that we are shifting billions of times per second. So, I mean, leaping is not really a thing. It's just that you are shifting so much and you are shifting so rapidly that you are creating this leap effect. So that's the first thing that I wanted to say. If you were, for example, to look at a movie and think about all of the different pictures that the camera is taking, right? Kind of think of it like that, okay? So everything is mapped out. We are in a simulation, right? If you were to think of it in the Matrix type of platform. If we are in a matrix and we are shifting very fast and we're pixelating and we're moving very quickly, just like a movie, how a movie is, then it would be the equivalent of chapter 1 going from chapter 1 to chapter 12 in a movie. The thing here is that there needs to be continuity and it needs to make sense in some way for the mind, right? And the more that you do this, paradoxically, the more that you do this, the more that you can accept that things really are malleable. When you start getting into the vibrations of love, joy, bliss, enlightenment, then things really become malleable, and that's when you can shift and quantum leap. So you can cause that real life effect of going from chapter 1 to chapter 12 like you would in a movie. So let's talk about it. This is my second point, and this is going to be a short video because it's pretty simple on how to quantum leap, even though I don't believe in quantum leaping. So what you are going to do when you're deciding to quantum leap and drastically change your reality is you're going to put emotion into it. This is really the key component. It's the secret sauce to quantum leaping because, I mean, if you look at it logically, there's not any type of belief that you have that hasn't given you evidence, right? That's how beliefs are formed. They're thoughts that you continue to think, and over time, when you think these thoughts in a repetitive, habitual manner, you will start to see evidence, and that evidence is created into more momentum that causes you to keep your belief sustained. So if we look at how beliefs are formed and if we're wanting to quantum leap, the quickest way to do it, the fastest way to do it is to put emotion into it, because emotion is what sustains a belief. Having faith in something that you know to be true is what causes that belief. It is energy in motion. So if you're wanting to quantum leap, let's say there's something in your life, you're just wanting to drastically shift it, you are going to assume. You're going to dare to assume, and you're going to get on board. You're going to tell all the atoms in your mind, all the cells in your mind, hey, we're doing something different. And you're going to, as the operant power, you're going to imagine, for the sake of imagining, and use emotion to feel it real. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between real or fake, okay? So when you are putting emotion towards your imaginal scenes, you're making it real. You're making it real, and you're making it more real and more concrete the more that you put that emotion into the scene, whatever the scene that you create is in your mind, okay? That is how you quantum leap. It's very simple, and there's different techniques that you can do to make yourself feel more into the moment. You can like light a candle, you can light 2 candles and put your intention of the old version of yourself into one, and then on the second candle you can put the new intention of the new reality into the next candle, into your second candle. There's also the water technique where you have water and it's basically the same thing. You write down the old version of yourself, you stick it to that water, and then on the second glass of water you write down the new version of yourself, stick it to the second glass of water, and then you drink the new water. There's many different techniques to help you get there and to help you get into the feeling state and allow you to put more emotion into what you're doing. But it really is as simple as that. I've quantum leaped numerous times just by reading Neville Goddard's work. I've also quantum leaped many times by going into my imagination, feeling it to be so real that it would be weird if it didn't happen. And that's the naturalness that Neville Goddard keeps talking about. If you guys have never read any of Neville Goddard's work, I will leave in the description box below a link to his collection, which is all of his books in one big book. But essentially that's what he's saying, to use your imagination to feel it so real to where it is the next step. It's the next logical step. It feels so natural. It would be weird if you didn't experience that in your reality. That's how much you practice it. That's how much you feel it to be true for yourself. And it, by law, will be outpressed into your reality. So I hope that this has been helpful. Quantum leaping, it's just a fun name. When you start to understand quantum physics and you listen to the works of people like Bashar, even Joe Dispenza, and he says quantum leaping all the time, but really what you're doing is shifting billions of times per second, and you can do that. You can do that right now. Like, you can quantum leap right now because 1 billion times per second, that's a lot. Technically, everything is here right now. Everything that we could possibly want is right here, right now, in this present moment, and that's our greatest point of power. So if you are wanting to quantum leap, it's also giving this idea that you are somewhere that you're not supposed to be, or somewhere that you don't want to be, that you don't prefer, and that you need to leap in order to have a happier life. What you can do is you can collapse the time. You can bring all of those experiences that you prefer into your present reality right now, and that will create the illusion of quantum leaping. So it's not that you need to go outside of yourself or try to experience a reality that is different than what you're experiencing now. If you were to sit back, be still, and know that I am God, then all of those things will be attracted to you, and they will flow into your experience, into your current reality, thus creating the illusion of quantum leaping. I hope that this has been helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.